Hello and welcome back. Today we are going to cover a brief unboxing of our Lord of the Rings trilogy. Were you going to reach for it?
No.
Uh-huh.
It's getting comfy.
So here is our box. It has the 3 movies. They're extended edition, I do believe. Well, it says that on the box, helpfully. I can read today. Inside is a map and a picture, because we need pictures. The map is nice, though. And then the 3 movies, which I'm glad the colors didn't really change too much. At least I thought I saw colors. Yeah, they're colored.
Yeah, just on the side there.
This isn't going to be like a comparison to the novels or how they relate to The Hobbit or anything, because I'm saving that for September for Hobbit Day, when hopefully we can like eat food in front of the camera and, I don't know, talk about everything. Or make it a couple day event. That might work. This is just going to be a brief covering of these and the pretty box it came in.
They're very nice.
Yes. And my mentioning of colors was if anyone ever got the extended editions on DVD, they came in the blue, red, and green, which, you know, I kind of like that they kept the colors.
Mm-hmm.
Anywho, the first time I ever watched Lord of the Rings was The Fellowship of the Ring when it was on TV. I hadn't really even known that there were movies. I didn't go to movies much as a tween. Like how old were we when they came out?
2001-ish.
So 14? Yeah.
Yeah, 13, 14.
So yeah, I didn't go to too many movies. I went to like one a year. Lord of the Rings was not on my list at the time. But I saw it on TV and I fell in love with it. So my mom's friend took me to go see Two Towers, and then my mom fell in love with it, so then she and I went to go see Return of the King. So that was fun.
Whereas I've got a bit of a longer association with it, since when I was a kid, we used to watch the Hobbit cartoon all the time.
Well, I watched that too.
But you never saw the Lord of the Rings cartoon.
No, I did not, but I did see the Hobbit one.
I didn't even know we had it until I was complaining to my father, gee, it'd be nice if there was more to this story. And he's like, oh, we've got the sequel cartoon. And I'm like, what? Since I had seen The Hobbit like 5 years ago and watching it like every few months, like, this is a really great movie. He's like, oh yeah, you should really watch that. It's up on the shelf there, Lord of the Rings. Didn't question why it had a different title. Just threw that in the VCR, and that cartoon was pretty awesome. I mean, watching it nowadays, it's pretty freaking weird.
Your voice. Bring it down a notch.
I'll try.
Stop being excited.
So excited.
Anywho, this was also a series that we could bond over. It's also something that my mom and dad both will enjoy, and since they don't enjoy many things together anymore, you know, I take what I can get. That and Harry Potter. But we don't have Harry Potter, because we kept waiting for that elusive extended set that never happened.
It did happen. It's just like $1,400 or something, because reasons.
True. So we have this, the extended edition set, and they have one of The Hobbit and Lord of the Rings, and I want it so bad, but it's $500.
Which just isn't worth it for the Hobbit trilogy.
We're not getting into that right now. But yes, I don't know. I've always had a love of this series. As a kid, my grandmother read The Hobbit for me on tape, and she had started The Fellowship of the Ring, so actually I got a couple chapters into that, and then she stopped being able to record them for me. So though my dad did ruin the story for me, because he was in one of his angry moods, and he came storming in, and he's like, you like Frodo, right? I'm like, yeah. Well, guess what? He loses a finger. I'm like, thank you. Go away. I think he was just mad because his mom made him read it all the time, so then he vented it on me. At least he didn't ruin it. Like, you know, I ruined Blade for you, so.
You didn't ruin anything for me.
Uh-huh.
You ruined it for yourself. different.
We'll have to talk about that someday. But, yeah. I don't know. Do you have any other stories you want to share?
Well, I saw the Return of the King cartoon on Cartoon Network once. I only caught bits and pieces of it, but that was pretty good. Freaking weird. Again, didn't know that the story continued. And eventually, when Keith and I were seeing something in the theater, we saw the teaser trailer for Lord of the Rings with Gandalf, like, narrating Middle-earth and stuff, and we just were like, it can't be, can it? It can't be. Oh my god, it's a live-action Lord of the Rings! And we just completely lost our shit. And the fact that when they announced the Fellowship, they announced that they were doing Two Towers and Return of the King in the same trailer. It's like, 2002, Two Towers, 2003, Return of the King.
Well, yeah, because they filmed it pretty much all together.
It's all pretty much one big movie, but watched Fellowship, loved it. Watched Two Towers, loved it even more. Watched Return of the King, loved that the most. And then, finally, my senior year of high school, I began reading the Hobbit and Lord of the Rings books, because I had put it off because my dad, when I asked about, hey, there's books on this, how are they? And he's not really a book guy, so I shouldn't have trusted him. And he's like, oh, the Hobbit's really boring, you know, it's like really thick stuff, you wouldn't like it. So I was nervous that if I began reading this thing that I loved, I would hate it so much. But Tolkien does have a very weird way of rambling about things, but they're still really good books, and I enjoyed those, and The Silmarillion, which is, like, probably my top 5 favorite books.
You are aware you are nowhere near on topic.
Oh. The movies are great. Great.
So great.
This set in particular was a anniversary present from you.
Yeah. But you couldn't share stories like that, could you?
Nah.
I was going to point out that we have the extended editions because the extra scenes really make the movies worth it, even if they are really long.
This is very true. Like, pretty much every extended scene, I think, adds something to it. Especially since originally you're just missing so much content.
I do remember, I think it was when Two Towers came out, I had sent my mom, because she was going into town, because we lived out of town at the time, to Walmart to pick it up, and she brought home Fellowship of the Ring by accident. So then she had to go back, and then, I can't remember if she accidentally brought home Fellowship of the Ring again or not, but we ended up with Two Towers, and we were watching it, and then during the Entmoot, the disc stopped and was broken. So then we had to take it back. And then wait for another one. So, me and Two Towers have a history.
For Christmas, either 2002 or 2003, my dad bought me a DVD player and The Fellowship of the Ring. And about 10 minutes into it, I knew that something was really wrong, and the DVD player wasn't, like, put together properly. So it was just, like, horribly grinding the entire time. Oh. So he went back on, like, either the 26th or 27th of December and got a new DVD player for me. Then I watched Fellowship so much after that.
But yeah, we don't watch it too much anymore, mainly because there are so many other things.
Yeah.
But we keep telling ourselves every Hobbit day we'll rewatch the series. So you know what? We might have to do that this year.
It's gonna happen.
We might just have to do it. I love that Arwen is on the cover of all 3 of these when she has little to no role. Like, the first one I get, like, okay, Arwen's there. But then it's like, wait, yeah, that was Fellowship. It's like, she didn't really do anything in Two Towers. And then Return of the King. Why is she there? She just shows up to be like...
I'll tell you why she's there. Because if Arwen wasn't there, other than Éowyn, those movies would be a giant sausage fest.
But Éowyn's not even on the covers, and she does more. Like, why isn't this Éowyn? She slays the Witch King.
Well, when you're the daughter of Steve Tyler, you get to be on the cover of movies.
Okay. Okay.
I mean, did she really have that great a role in Armageddon? I'm sure if we found our DVD copy of that, her face is on the front of it. And she had freaking animal crackers running on her belly.
We don't talk about Armageddon. I hate that movie so much.
I used to like it more.
Have I ruined it for you?
I think you're ruining it.
It's like, I used to hate the song. I've grown to not hate the song. But the movie, I can't get over. Like, when it first came out, I thought it was so cool. But that love story ruins it. I hate it.
Well, I just ignored the love story. You know, like Titanic is a way better movie with everything happening around Jack and Rose. If you just forget about Jack and Rose.
Oh, they're in the cool dance party. Oh, that's cool.
Yes, they get to do cool things, but I don't really care about them.
Anywho, back to topic.
We have this?
No. No, we don't. Ever.
If you like Lord of the Rings, and for some reason haven't seen the extended editions because you're like my father and hate sitting through good movies if they get longer.
These are long, though. They are hard for even me to sit through.
They are an endurance trial if you're going to watch all three of them in a row.
God,
Pack provisions.
he likes marathons, so...
Because you can just forget about everything else and journey to the land of Middle-earth.
And then never leave, because you've died.
Yep. You're going to die of far too many scenes of Gollum acting like a creeper.
Oh, God.
And Frodo not trusting Sam.
And yet it should be cool. Anyways.
Once you know it wasn't that bad in the book. Yeah, I brought up the book.
That's why we're not talking about The Hobbit today. So, I would highly suggest renting or buying these, especially if you are a fantasy lover, since this is like the birth of fantasy. Also watch the epic rap battle of Tolkien versus George R.R. Martin. That is awesome.
That's pretty good.
But I think that's it. Any parting words?
I think that this movie trilogy is the best movie trilogy you probably could have put together, as I just ramble through all this.
Yeah, that's what you do.
Peter Jackson did a good job.
Yes. Yes, he did. At least the studio kept their hands out of this one mostly.
What happened to those Hobbit movies? What happened?
They don't exist. But, yeah, I would highly recommend it. And we will get to the other parts of the Tolkien universe eventually. Either piece by piece, or we will just smash it all together on Hobbit Day and have, like, an epic half-hour-long video or something.
Ooh.
I'll make sure my phone's charged.
Well, it is dying right now.
Yeah, I'm at, like, 4%. So, that's it. Have a great day, and I will see you tomorrow.
Bye.
Bye.